it's plenty of advices I can give the young artist. But I think that one of the main, for me, question is if somebody is artist at all. Because, you know, it's just, you can proclaim yourself young artist, maybe you're not artist, or you can be, you know, better off doing something else. So when I was teaching, this was one of the tests I will ask, you know, how you know you're an artist. That's the main question. And, you know, to know if an artist or not is like a breathing. You don't question breathing. You have to breathe, otherwise you just die, so you breathe. So if you wake up in the morning and you have some ideas and you have to make them, and this become like a kind of almost obsession, and you have to create, and you have this urge to create, you're definitely an artist. But you're not a great artist, you're just an artist. To be a great artist, that's all different types of rules. And you really have to kind of, it's like you're obsessed. It's like it's nothing else in your mind till you realize the work, and this is this complexity of the intensity of that you put into work. And also, I think the great artists have to be ready to fail, which is not too many people do. Because when you have success in a certain way, then, and the public accept you in a certain way, you start somehow involuntarily reproducing the same images, the same type of work, and you're not risking. And the real artists, you know, always change their territories, and they go to the land they've never been. And there is unknown territory, and then you can fail and you can risk. And that failure actually is what makes this extra, you know, ready to fail. That makes great artists. And, you know, again, you know, if you wanted to, as young, you wanted to be famous and rich, then you just can forget even the idea of being an artist, because the, you know, the money and the success is, it's not aim. It's just a side effect, and sometimes happen in your lifetime, sometimes not, but doesn't, you know, keep you away from working. It's really interesting to me. I have this great example. For me, it was really courage, that you need a courage. I think the most courageous act ever in the history of humankind, you know, to me was definitely Columbus, you know, going to discover America. Actually, he was going to India, and then by mistake he discovered America. But there was this, you know, he went there with his crew to a little island called El Hierro. This is the last island in the archipelago, the Canarian archipelago. And there was this night that these sailors had, the last night before going to this expedition. But in those days, the idea of the planet, our Earth, that was a plate that you can fall off into unknown. So they took this risk to fail from the plate of unknown, and they discovered America. That's a good example for everything. I had a very old professor, really, which I love very much, and he gave me two advices. He said to me, if you are drawing with your right hand, and you're getting better and better, and become virtuose, so that when you close eyes, you can draw anything you want, immediately change to the left hand. And that was very important advice, because when you become routine, that is end of everything. And the second great advice he said to me, you know, in your lifetime, you probably will have one good idea if you're a really good artist, and if you're genius, two good ideas, and that's it. But be careful with them.